Hey guys, it's Allie and happy summer 2015! So today I have a book review for you, and that is of We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. And by the way, this is going to be a completely spoiler-free review. So We All Looked Up is Tommy Wallach's debut, and it is a story of some teenagers living in Seattle at the supposed end of the world. What I loved about this book was the concept. That's initially what drew me in and led me to buy it, and also I really love reading debuts because I love discovering new authors, and I saw it on the shelf and I thought, why not? And it got a Kirkus star, so and again, why not? The book centers around a bunch of characters, but it switches point of views through its storytelling for Peter, Eliza, Anita, and Andy. So 4 characters. There's other characters that are featured, but those are the 4 characters who tell the story, and it alternates point of view. So it starts with Peter like this, and then each chapter will change the perspective. So yeah, so basically what's happening, life's pretty normal. They're all seniors getting ready to go to college, graduate. Then they notice this blue star in the sky. It's abnormal, they haven't seen it there before. And I thought this was really cool because at the end of each of the first 4 chapters of each point of view for each of these 4 main characters, they spot this star up in the sky. So what they learn is that it's called Ardor, and it's actually a meteor that's heading towards Earth, and it has a 66.6% chance of hitting Earth, and basically it's the end of the world, and it's likely to happen in, I think it was like 2 months. So they basically have like 2 months left to live. So basically the whole city of Seattle gets shut down, as does the rest of the world, and they're all under martial law. There's curfews, there's food shortages, just chaos is just breaking out all over the place. But it's not really apocalyptic as much as it is character driven, and it's, you know, the whole premise is that we all have these stereotypes in high school, you know, the jock, the nerd, the musician, the druggies, all those, and we all have these titles that we give each other, and the 4 characters in this want to defy their labels and challenge their labels and really live in the last 2 months they have to live. So it's a lot more about their characters, it's a lot more about these characters' developments and their exploration of drugs, sex, philosophical ideas, just kind of exploring themselves finally and like truly trying to understand themselves in the last 2 months of their lives. Allegedly, 66.6% chance, and it's pretty imminent that they're going to die. So why not learn about yourself then? Am I right, ladies? Yeah, so overall, I liked this book. Okay, so the concept, A+, setting, A+, because I'm also going to be living in Seattle next year, but I'll get into that in a later video. But I definitely think the rainy, moody atmosphere of Seattle and Washington in general definitely helped the story along and added to this overall kind of dismal, eerie mood. For me, the characters felt kind of cliche. They're supposed to be cliche and challenge their cliches and their labels throughout this time, but overall the way they go about challenging these labels felt kind of cliche to me. Like the overachiever girl who's secretly like a singer and her parents don't want her to sing because they want her to be a doctor or whatever. I mean, that felt cliche. These characters, like, it's a character-driven story, so I was expecting really rich characters, and in some ways they were well developed and engaging, but it kind of just fell flat for me. The one character that I really loved and I thought was really rich and well developed was Eliza, and I think she's great because she's thought of as a slut, and because she's had sex with a lot of guys and she doesn't really care what people think of her, and I think that was kind of great to put that in there because she's just exploring her own sense of sexuality, and I think you don't see that in a lot of YA books, that to have that openly discussed. Writing, it's kind of like purple passagey, if you know what I mean by that. It means like there's a lot of passages or sections in here that are really beautiful and lyrical and the prose is great, but then it just kind of falls flat, and then sometimes it was overly pretentious. It just felt inconsistent overall. It didn't hit me as a very philosophical book. It hit me as more of like a coming of age kind of book. But overall, the ending, it wasn't surprising. It's what I figured would happen, but I will say it was very comforting, empowering, and very human all the same, and it rang pretty true. So yeah, overall, I give this book 3 out of 5 stars, and only because I expected more out of it, because I was so intrigued and compelled by the idea. But I will say, honestly, I still really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on reading, guys. Bye!